Hello everyone, my name is Alexander Garcia from the Ontario City Library, and today I'm going to be introducing you to the Silhouette Cameo. So right here we have the Silhouette Cameo. You can see the logo up at the front and the names in the front. We're going to open the lid, and up here at the top and the inside of the lid, it'll have different diagrams that you can use to figure out how to work your Silhouette Cameo. It has an auto blade. Sometimes they'll have preset blades, but you can always check just to make sure. That right there has the capability to change your auto blade manually if it's not working correctly. Here we can pull out the drawers and then open them up. This holds a little fabric cutter or material cutter to make it easier to cut through material that you're using. And then right there, that's going to be the locking mechanism, so we can push it down to lift it up, and that way we can, put our material or align our rollers. Here we're going to be in Silhouette Studio. I'm going to be going over how to use the program. So as you can see here, this is our workspace. On our right, we're going to have our machine, our cutting mat, and then our media size. So we have our machine, it's automatically selected. We have our cutting mat, 12 by 12. You can also customize it or just decide to do different mats that it comes with. And then media size. So our sheets, our most vinyl that you get in sheets is going to be 12 by 12. So that's what we're going to do today. So what you're going to do now is I'm going to go to my desktop, and I'm going to look for a picture that I already found before. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it into Silhouette Cameo. It's a little bit big, so what we're going to do is we're going to click on it, and then we're going to go up to the top where this lock in between these two numbers is going to make sure that we maintain our aspect ratio. That way our image isn't too big or too small. So we're going to shrink it down, and then we're just going to maneuver the bed so we can find that ghost again. We're just going to click and drag it up to the bed, and then we're just going to put it a little bit off to the side just to make sure we have enough clearance to cut it out. Go on to send. Right here, this is where we're going to program what material we're using. For this, we're going to be using vinyl, just matte vinyl, and then what we're going to do is just tinker with the settings a little bit. I'm just going to find the vinyl, select it, and it should automatically do it. If it doesn't cut all the way through the first time, you can always adjust your blade. Right here we're making sure the cut is fine, and then right here, if you were to use a second blade or a marker of some sort, you would set up your second carriage. But because we're not doing that today and we're just cutting it, we're not going to focus on that. So I don't have my Silhouette connected right now, so it's going to say unavailable, but it'll say available once it's done. Right here, I'm just loading the mat up to the Silhouette Cameo. I'm using a generic cutting mat that we have here in Lightspeed, just to make it easier. Right now, this process is sped up, but what it's doing right now is just cutting out our ghost shapes. So I just made sure that the material wasn't sticking up, just to make sure we didn't get any wonkiness. And it's sped up, so it's gonna look a lot faster than it is. It may take some time depending on how intricate your design is, but once that's done, we can offload it, take it off the mat, and then we can move on to the next part where we're going to be weeding it. So we're going to take our material, and what we're going to do is put it on my cutting mat to give you a contrast against the table, and you'll see me sort of cutting it off screen, but we're just going to cut off that square that has our design on it. And then what we'll do from there is we will move up our excess vinyl, and then we'll have our regular vinyl. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our weeding tool, put it off to the side for now, and I'm actually just going to start peeling the outer layer off so we can get our outline of what we're going to take off next. So I had a little bit of trouble because I don't have nails, but after I get the vinyl off, you can see the outline of the ghost, and you can see how pretty it looks even without weeding it yet. But we're going to weed it just so we can get that extra detail that we got on the screen. So I pull it off slowly. Don't do it rough because the vinyl might not cut out correctly, and you may have to get a little bit of the stragglers with your weeding tool. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to take my weeding tool, and then I'm just going to take the small cutout sections of it, and I'm just going to take it off bit by bit. I sped this up just to give you a better visual of the detail and stuff. I actually find this sort of relaxing. It just depends. Sometimes with an intricate design, it can be a little bit annoying, but for the most part, it's pretty good. Thank you for joining us in Lightspeed. Be sure to stop in the next time you visit the Ontario City Library.